Bovines like cows, buffaloes, bulls, and bison are often misunderstood as meek and docile creatures. While it's true that these animals chose to remain calm most of the time, they can also have explosive reactions under the right circumstances. Bovines may engage in serious fights with predators to save their own skin, or they may get into a fight with their own kind for dominance. Regardless of the reasons, such fights are always impressive to watch. So, here are some scary moments when cows, bulls, and buffaloes went mad with anger. Number 7. Buffalo versus lions. Lions are one of the few predators capable of taking down buffaloes. But even the kings of the jungle have a healthy respect for these bovines, because lions know how much damage an angry buffalo can do. In this clip, a huge herd of buffaloes face off against the lion pride, and it's pretty apparent from the start that the lions are on the back foot here. They simply don't have the numbers to match the buffalo herd. The buffaloes don't just stand around, but start to chase the lions off from the area. At first, it seems like the buffaloes are simply looking to scare the predators away and not engage in a physical bout. But that changes when one of the buffaloes decides to teach a lesson to a lion trailing behind. The buffalo rams head first into the lion's body, toppling the big cat easily and almost trampling over it. But the numbers aren't always in the favor of buffaloes. In this one, the lions outnumbered them significantly, but that doesn't seem to really bother the buffaloes. As tensions rise, you just know something's about to happen. Just then, one of the buffaloes charges right into the resting lion pride. And what do the lions do? Well, rather than trying to attack, the big cats hurriedly clear out of the way of the charging animal. Even though the buffaloes hold back after this, it's mainly because they aren't sure exactly how many lions are there, and they don't want a surprise attack. Still, it's pretty clear which of the two groups is in control of this situation. Once again, a huge buffalo herd is chasing the lions away. No matter how strong these lions may be, they simply don't have the numbers to face the entire herd head-on. But these buffaloes seem to have some sort of vendetta against the lions, as they keep charging at the predators even after they have quite evidently surrendered. Perhaps the bovines want these lions gone from the area so that they don't pose a threat to any of them later on. These lions are in the way of a buffalo herd, and they don't look too eager to move. As the buffaloes come closer, the lions still stand their ground. That is, until one of the buffaloes charges towards them. While most of the lions clear off after this, one particularly stubborn lioness doesn't seem to have got the message yet. The buffalo stares back and takes a few steps towards her, as if warning the lioness of dire consequences if she doesn't move. Finally, the lioness gets the hint and realizes that she is far outmatched in this case. Now that shows the might of the buffalo herd, as they are even able to dictate terms to the fearsome lions. Number 6. Bulls versus bulls. Bulls can become intolerant of other bulls due to a variety of reasons. However, disagreements among them aren't the only reason for fights. Human beings often pit two bulls against each other for sport. While these are cruel activities, such encounters show just how powerful these animals really are. These two bulls get into a disagreement right in the middle of a road, and as a result, they lock horns with each other. And it seems like a serious fight with neither of the bulls backing down. The two seem to be equally matched in terms of strength. As you can see, neither of them can get the upper hand for long. During the fight, the bulls ram into nearby walls and houses as the villagers gather to watch. Some of the people even try to break up the fight with poles, but nothing seems to work at the moment. Finally, after fighting for a long time, the two bulls stop, thanks to one of the villagers, who is able to separate the two. Sometimes, bulls get into fights with each other not because of any disputes, but because human beings like to watch such things as a sport. In this clip, a huge crowd forms as two bulls are brought into the fighting pit. Soon, the fighting begins, and both the animals headbutt each other while trying to impale their opponent with their long and sharp horns. At one point, you can even see one of the bulls' horns splintering due to their immense force. But once again, these two are on equal footing, and neither is ready to back down. The black bull pushes the white one back, but the white one gets its footing back and fights back hard. In the end, the white bull dominates, and the black one backs down, bringing his face-off to an end. Similar scenes can also be seen in this clip, as these two bulls start fighting. While the reason for this fight isn't clear, this doesn't seem like a wrestling match for sport. The the white bull seems a bit smaller than the other one, and this puts it in a significant disadvantage. As the two lock horns, the brown bull is able to push the white one around almost too easily. At one point, the brown bull's larger horns almost impale its opponent. The white bull is pushed back and isn't able to fight back or hold its ground. Soon, it decides to leave the battlefield. Number 5. Bison versus bison. Perhaps more than fighting with other species, bison are known to engage in explosive fights among themselves. Generally, these fights are to secure mating rights in the herd. The winning bison doesn't just get to mate with one female, but up to 50 partners. A young contender arrives to face off against an older bison bull for mating rights. Although the contender is younger and fitter, the older bison is more experienced when it comes to fights. As the young one gets nearer, the older bison unleashes a fearsome offensive. It mauls its opponent and pushes its back. But the challenger recovers and goes head-to-head against the older bison. They ram into each other's heads, and for a moment, it looks like either of them could end up winning here. But then the challenger makes a mistake. It turns and leaves its body open for a brutal assault, and the older male isn't about to let such an opportunity go. Within moments, the challenger is defeated. Most bison fights don't last as long, however. In this clip, a herd of bison are seen crossing a road. Suddenly, violence erupts, as one of them decides to lash out at another bison. Whether this was also to impress the ladies, or if there was some other motive behind this move, remains unknown. However, the results are clear. The bison that is hit is toppled and sent flying backward due to the force of the hit. It was clearly not anticipating such a violent reaction, and it doesn't retaliate either. The male bison here are preparing for mating season. They are pumped up with testosterone and size the competing males. They also spray the ground with their own urine and then roll around in it. Finally, the battle begins as two huge bison bulls begin testing their strength against each other. While most of these battles last for a few seconds, this one seems to be going on for quite a while. Each of the fighters use their immense weight, strength, and speed to strike fear in the mind of others. Eventually, one of the bison topples the other and pushes it all over. And with that, the victor is crowned. Number 4. Cow versus dogs. Dogs are often used by farmers to load cows back into their enclosures, and this can be a dangerous task for the mutts, as the scared bovines can lash out at any moment and seriously injure them. Here, the mother cow and her calf are being loaded by the dog. However, due to the calf, the mother is wary and takes the dog's presence as a threat. Rather than being docile, the cow suddenly goes on a rampage, trying to impale the dog with its horns. It rams into the dog repeatedly and just doesn't seem to hold back. However, the only thing that saves this dog's life is the fact that it may be well trained in handling violent cows. After being hit a couple of more times, the dog corners the two cows in the enclosure. Do you think the mutt succeeded in what it was trying to achieve? This time around, it's two dogs against a mother cow and a calf. As with the previous clip, this mother is also immensely protective of her calf and tries to prevent the dogs from harming her child. The more violently she reacts, the more these two dogs jump on her and try to get her into the enclosure. Once again, due to their training and following their owner's instructions, the dogs manage to push the mother and calf back, but not before being hit repeatedly by those horns. Number 3. Buffalo versus buffalo. Buffaloes usually form a herd and look out for each other. However, competing for the same mates can result in them engaging in terrible fights with one another. In this clip, the two buffaloes may seem equal in size and therefore in strength, but one of them has a distinct disadvantage. One of the fighters doesn't have horns. While it doesn't back down because of this handicap, it surely puts the buffalo on the back foot. The horned buffalo pushes the other one out of the water and even slings mud at it. Accepting defeat perhaps, the opponent keeps its head down. In the end, the fight seems to have died down for now. What could have caused this altercation? Number 2. Buffalo versus hyenas. Hyenas are opportunistic hunters that strike together to bring down foe twice or thrice their size. And if they can't take down the adult of a species, they will surely go after the young and defenseless members. Here, you can see a whole clan of hyenas has surrounded a buffalo herd consisting of a calf as well. The predators are clearly not targeting any of the adult buffaloes. Instead, they are simply trying to distract the adults enough to quickly rush in and drag the calf away. But the buffaloes know the hyenas' plan all too well. The buffaloes form a defensive circle, making sure to keep the calf in between them so that none of the hyenas can get close. This circle, combined with some of the adults charging at the hyenas, keep the ferocious predators at bay and help save the calf's life. Number 1. Bison versus wolves. Bison face the same threat from wolves as buffaloes do from hyenas and lions. Wolf packs can easily bring down a bison isolated from its herd, but not in every instance. This clip shows a mother and a calf bison face off against 3 wolves. The two are masterfully isolated by the chasing wolves, but now the predators need to capitalize on the situation. As the wolves try to attack the calf, the mother immediately jumps into action and charges at them. But even so, the mother bison can do only so much and for so long. It looks like sooner or later, the calf will fall prey to these wolves. But just then, the calf begins fighting its own battle. As one of the wolves comes close, the calf unleashes a powerful kick, hitting the predator. Perhaps the duo have a fighting chance now. So the next time you see a lion or any other predator chasing after a bull or buffalo, know that the carnivores are also taking an equal risk by deciding to attack such a powerful animal. Tell us in the comments whether you know of any other animals that tend to get into fights with bovines regularly. As always, if you enjoyed our content, don't forget to drop a like and share the video with family and friends. Are you new to our channel? Then you should go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, turn on all notifications so that you receive alerts every time we upload a fresh video. That's all for today. We'll see you in the next one soon. Take care and bye.